this is a pretty horrifying headline that there's just such explicit permission to these big AI companies to do what they're doing, which is primarily surveillance of data that doesn't belong, usage of data that doesn't belong to them, and collecting surveillance data that either does not belong to them, should not belong to them, and then handing it off to any number of third parties, particularly the government.
Yep.
So it's pretty obvious what this playbook leads you to.
Yeah, they don't want them doing anything about like the environmental impact. It seems that all of these tech guys shifted to Trump, and this is what it was really about, is that they did not want to have any conversation at all about what are you doing, what are the impacts on society going to be, what is the public right to be part of the conversation about what you're doing.
Yeah. I mean, it's been decades of pretty neutered and inept regulation from the FCC and the federal government of the tech companies, with a couple of notable exceptions, one of which is Lena Khan under Biden. But for the most part, like, Google has gotten to do whatever Google's wanted to do since 1999. And I think that all these tech executives understood that it was very important that they get protection from the next administration, both because they were getting some pressure from the Biden administration and because I think the population is much more aware of the risk these guys pose than they were like in 2000, because no one in 2000 was like, oh my gosh, they're collecting all our data, even though they were. So I think that they had a pretty clear calculation, and they want a lot of runway right now. They want, because this is the period of innovation, to really amass as much data as possible and then to figure out what you can do with it, including sell it to ICE. So they need the space.
Someone might call it a period of primary accumulation.
I would call it that. In fact, I have.